Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha. Hello everyone. So on Thursday, the 20th of September, also the 6th day of the 8th lunar month in Chinese lunar calendar, it was the Parinirvana and Rebirth day of Patriarch Huiyuan. So Patriarch Huiyuan is the first patriarch of Chinese Pure Land Buddhism. And today I feel like sharing about the stories of the great Master Huiyuan. So the great Master Huiyuan was born in the Eastern Jin dynasty. And when he was young, he was very intelligent and very diligent in learning. At the age of 13, he already mastered Confucianism and also Taoism, Laozi and Zhuangzi. At the age of 21, when he listened to Master Tao and expounded the Dharma on the Prajnaparamita Sutra, he suddenly became enlightened and understood the absolute truth. And from then on, he decided to take the monastic life and follow Master Tao and to study the Dharma. At the age of 24, he already began to expound the Dharma, and many people followed Master Huiyuan's teachings. And Master Tao and highly praised Master Huiyuan and said, the person who is capable to spread the Dharma widely in the East, it has to be Huiyuan. In the year 381, Master Huiyuan passed Mount Lu and saw how serene the mountain was. And he thought it would be wonderful to establish a temple here for spiritual cultivation. And thus, the Dongling Temple was founded. So Dongling means the eastern forest. So Dongling Temple is now the largest and most well-known Pure Land temple in China. It has the world's tallest Amitabha Buddha's golden statue, a total of 48 meters height, representing Amitabha Buddha's 48 great vows. And it has become the pilgrimage site for many Chinese Pure Land Buddhists and Pure Land Buddhists around the world. So the Dongling Temple was founded by Master Huiyuan. And because of Master Huiyuan's profound practice and his noble character, so he attracted lots of people to come and follow him. And there were a total of 123 people who came to follow him and stay at the Dongling Temple. So for the 123 people, Master Huiyuan asked them, you who are practicing here, don't you want to attain rebirth in the Western Pure Land? So Master Huiyuan highly praised the Nianfo Dharma Gate, the Pure Land Dharma Gate. They respectfully built the statues of the three sages of the Western Pure Land and the lotus ponds and houses. And in front of the statue, Master Huiyuan led 123 people to all vow to attain rebirth in the Pure Land. So this is really the first group in Chinese history where so many people Nianfo together and vow to attain rebirth in the Western Pure Land. And Master Huiyuan also asked Liu Yiming, one of his disciples, to write the verses for vowing to attain rebirth in the Pure Land and carved in the stone. And this forms the manifesto of the White Lotus Society. So the 123 people formed the White Lotus Society to practice Nianfo and vow to attain rebirth in the Western Pure Land. They practiced Nianfo Samadhi as their focus. So Samadhi means enlightenment, but to attain rebirth in the Pure Land, one doesn't need to attain enlightenment. One only needs to have faith, vow, and Nianfo. So if you believe in it, you want to go, and you Nianfo, then you can attain rebirth in the Pure Land. So whether we can attain rebirth or not, depending on our faith and vow, whether you believe in it, whether you want to go. And our grade of rebirth, depending on our level of practice. But in the old days in China, all these masters and practitioners, they were extremely diligent in their cultivation, and they always aim for the highest spiritual cultivation, the highest spiritual goal, if possible. So that's why they all aim to realize Nianfo Samadhi, and all of them, they cultivated Nianfo, mindfulness of Amitabha Buddha, extremely diligently. And all the 123 people all experienced the sight of Amitabha Buddha. So they all have seen Amitabha Buddha either in their dreams, while in meditation, or near the time of their rebirth. And all the 123 people all attain rebirth in the Pure Land with auspicious signs. So this was really the first time in the history of China to have so many people together to practice Nianfo with the same goal to attain rebirth in the Pure Land. This was also due to Master Huiyuan. So that was why Master Huiyuan was honored by later people to be the first Pure Land Patriarch in Chinese Pure Land Buddhism. So Master Huiyuan himself has seen Amitabha Buddha 3 times for the 11 years that he stayed in the Donglin temple, but he kept quiet and humble about it. And it was until the 4th time, 7 days before his rebirth, he saw Amitabha Buddha, whose body filled the entire space. His golden body filled the entire space, and with his pure light. And there were also countless manifested Buddhas, and Bodhisattva Guan Yin and Da Shi Zhi Mahatmaprapta were standing next to Amitabha Buddha. So this scenery was exactly like what it was described in the Visualization Sutra for beings who attain the highest level of the highest grade of rebirth. So if you attain the highest level of the highest grade of rebirth, and not only you will see Amitabha Buddha, you will see the 3 sages of the Western Pure Land, and you will also see countless manifested Buddhas to come and receive you. So that was exactly what Master Huiyuan saw, and he knew that his time of rebirth has arrived. So Amitabha Buddha told Master Huiyuan, with my fundamental vows and power, I am here to comfort you, and in 7 days I'll come to receive you. And you may ask, why didn't Amitabha Buddha just receive Master Huiyuan then? Why he has to wait for 7 days? So usually for people who see Amitabha Buddha beforehand, they may not be received by Amitabha Buddha instantly. This was because Amitabha Buddha wanted them to go and tell others so they can all come and witness the rebirth. So we all know that this is indeed real. Amitabha Buddha is real, and the Pure Land indeed exists. So after that, Master Huiyuan revealed to his disciples when he will attain rebirth and how he had experienced the visions of Amitabha Buddha already 3 times before. So Master Huiyuan, of course, knew the time of his rebirth. And in the year 416, on the 6th day of the 8th lunar month, Master Huiyuan sat upright in meditative position and attained rebirth in the Pure Land, the highest level of the highest grade of rebirth. So, due to Master Huiyuan's great contribution in spreading the Pure Land Dharma, he was conferred the title as the first patriarch of Chinese Pure Land Buddhism by later people. Not only Master Huiyuan spread the Pure Land Dharma, but he also set up the first private translation center in China for the Dharma, the first private translation center that was not sponsored by the imperial court. So at that time, he felt the sutras in China were not enough. The teachings were lacking. So he sent his disciples to go to India and attain many sutras back and translated them from the Sanskrit into the Chinese. And at that time in China, there were 2 translation centers. One was established by Master Huiyuan, and another by the great Master Kumarajiva, who translated the Amitabha Sutra. And the great master Kumarajiva also praised Master Huiyuan as the Dharma protector bodhisattva of the East. And the 13th patriarch of Chinese Pure Land Buddhism, Master Yingguang, also highly praised Patriarch Huiyuan and said he was definitely a Buddha or Bodhisattva who came back to help. Or otherwise, how could he know the Dharma so well? At that time, there were actually not many sutras which have been translated into the Chinese. But Master Huiyuan understood the essence of the Dharma, and he hadn't seen the Avatamsaka Sutra, the last chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra, the practices and vows of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. In the Avatamsaka Sutra, it says that all Dharma gates eventually will all lead to the Pure Land Dharma gate. And Master Huiyuan hadn't seen that, but he already knew, and he highly praised the Nianfo Dharma gate. And it was also the first time in the history of China where there were so many people Nianfo together, and they all attain rebirth in the Pure Land. So all these 123 people, their rebirth stories had also been recorded. So there's a book in China called A Record of Pure Land Sages, which recorded many rebirth cases in the ancient time in China. So some people are like, how do you know Amitabha Buddha is real? How do you know the Pure Land is real? Have you seen it? So lots of people, in fact, have already seen it. In China, since the ancient time until nowadays, there are lots and lots of rebirth cases. And many people they Nianfo, they have seen Amitabha Buddha and they have attained rebirth in the Pure Land. And Patriarch Huiyuan and his 123 disciples set the best examples for us to verify for us that this is indeed the genuine teachings by Shakyamuni Buddha. Amitabha Buddha is indeed real. The Pure Land indeed exists, and there is no doubt about it. All we need to do is to have deep faith in the Dharma, have deep faith in the words of the Buddha, a perfect enlightened being who will not lie to us, and vow to attain rebirth in the Pure Land, and also Nianfo. So I'll share more rebirth cases in the future. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabhaya.